Today we're going to be asking you some random questions. Just a moment. Just one more second. All right. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? That's a bit of a loaded one, I know, but I gotta ask. Hmm. You're not too sure. Yeah, me neither. It's kind of far to think about 5 years in the future. What about 1 year? No, still not too sure. Well, I'll just put that down as unsure. All right. Who is the most important person to you in your life? Mm-hmm. Okay. Good answer. All right. What are you most proud of? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's cool. Mm. Cool. And what are you most afraid of? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but bugs can be pretty scary. What would you say was the most luckiest thing in your life? Hmm. Yeah, that's pretty lucky. Good for you. Hmm. All right. What do you look for in a friend? Not asking for me. More than welcome to be friends, but just for the question in general speaking. You know, kind. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, easy to talk to. That's pretty important. Yeah. Hmm. Cool. Hmm. Cool. Now, a little more advanced. What do you look for in a partner? Again, not asking for myself. Flattered, but. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, trust is pretty important. Yeah. Hmm. Hmm. Cool. All right. What is something that you have an interest in that you would say is most people don't, like a niche thing? Like, what's your like favorite thing that's like unique to you? Huh. That's neat. I've never heard of that before. That's pretty cool. Interesting. All right. Hmm. All right. And what's the earliest memory you have, like from when you were like, I don't know, 5, 4, however old? What's the earliest memory you have? You fell off of. Damn, that must have hurt. Damn. You recovered from it though, right? Yeah, that's good. That's good. All right. Any big regrets you have in your life so far? Like anything? Maybe you regret not doing something sooner or taking a chance. Yeah. Yeah, I got a few of those myself. Yeah. Well, it's never too late. That's what I always say about a lot of things. Mm-hmm. Well, there's always next time. Mm. All right. What is the number one thing that brings you joy to your life? It could be like a friend, an item that you're anything, activity. Yeah. I've never really been too into sports myself, but like, it's pretty cool that you have something you're passionate about. Like something you know you're passionate about. A lot of people these days don't even know what they're passionate about, so that's good. Good, yeah. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Let's see here. What's something you never hope to lose like joy for in life? Like something you hope you'll never not like doing? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I get that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, pretty hard these days, yeah. Just a second. Oh, here we go. What is your biggest green flag for like a person, I guess, yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's a good one, yeah. Yeah. Selflessness, yeah. I mean, as long as they don't take it too far, because then it could be a red flag, because you don't want anybody to hurt themselves, but yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. When's the last time you felt like lost? Like you didn't know what you were doing or like what you wanted to do? Right now? Huh. Well, I hope that's not very good, but I hope you can figure that out because, yeah, feeling lost ain't the greatest. I've been there myself. Hmm. All right, and who do you trust completely, like with wholeheartedly, like for anything? Your parents? Yeah. Siblings? Well, I would hope so. I mean, not everybody has that, but it's good. It's good. Do you have anybody who you wish you could make amends with from your past, or like make up with, or like reconnect with, or yeah, yeah? It can be hard to rekindle old relationships, especially if they ended pretty poorly. But do you ever feel anxious? Do you get anxiety or anything like that? Mm. Sometimes, yeah. Yeah, I get it pretty bad sometimes too. What causes it for you? Social internet and talk public speaking? Yeah. Yep. Me too. That's a pretty common one. More common than you might think. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, here's a fun one. If you could time travel, what advice would you give to your younger self? Mm-hmm. Oh, interesting. You know, personally, I'd be too afraid to go back because, like, I wouldn't want to change anything too drastically for my current life because I'm like, I like the way things are, to be honest. But no, that's cool. Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. Here's a little bit more of a personal one. When's the last time you cried? Hey, I won't tell anybody. It's safe here. For me, it was about a week ago. Yeah. Well, it's better to get it out sometimes. Sometimes it just builds up and you just gotta just let it loose, you know? It's important to not bottle up your emotions. Mm. Um, do you like being alone, or are you more of a social, like to be around people with everybody else around people and stuff? Mm-hmm. Depends. Yeah, that's fair. I feel I'm more introverted by like nature myself, but I really want to be more extroverted, but it ain't easy. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. Mm. you have any memories that if you could erase that you would want to erase if you could? Hmm. Yeah, that's yeah, I can understand why that would be one you would want. Yeah, I'm like, I feel like a lot of our memories make us who we are, even the bad ones, but it's perfectly reasonable. Mm. Yeah. Huh. Yep. Mm. How do you deal with conflict? Like, just any kind of conflict from somebody trying to be aggressive with you, or like any type of confrontation. Like, try to de-escalate. Yeah, me too. Kind of try to avoid it, but sometimes there's just you can't really avoid it. Sometimes some people are just a little too hot-headed, but what are you gonna do? That's life. Mm-hmm. What's something that makes you feel vulnerable, or like what's a vulnerable thing for you? Mm-hmm. Talking about your emotions in general? Well, thank you for being vulnerable with me then. It can be hard. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I get. Makes sense. Mm. Who do you think's been the biggest influence in your life? Mm-hmm. So you're really trying to follow in their footsteps then, huh? Yeah, no, that's pretty cool. I mean, it's always nice to have a solid role model. Can make you feel more grounded, like you have more of a sense of direction, because not having a sense of direction on what you want to do is really hard for a lot of people. And get lost along the way, I guess. Yeah. Do you embrace change, or do you find yourself more likely to fight the change? Depends. Yeah, no, that's for sure. What about change at like your job? Is that easy to accept or a little harder? Not too bad. Yeah, I don't care too much about my job, to be honest myself, but not this job, different job. But yeah. Mm. Do you think you're tough on yourself? Mm. I know a lot of people say that, you are your own worst critic. Not you, but like, in general expression. But and I think that's true in a lot of sense. You agree? Yeah. Because yeah, especially when sometimes people can be mean, and then it gets in your head, and then you just think about it over and over again, and that's all you think about. Yeah, for sure. 100%. How important is family to you? Pretty important. Yeah, that's good. It's good to be close to your family. People you can always count on. Not everybody is lucky enough to have that, for one reason or another, but that's good. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, here's a fun one. When you were like a kid, like maybe younger than 10, what did you want to be? Like an astronaut, firefighter? What do you want to be? A marine biologist. Never been super interested in the ocean myself, but there is probably some crazy stuff way down there, so that's pretty cool. Well, let me know if you find any cool new creatures. I'd love to hear about it. Oh, okay. how do you respond to criticism? Do you take criticism well? Yeah, I mean, as long as it's constructive, right? Because, like, some people it's more of a nagging than constructive criticism, right? So, nagging isn't really helpful. But constructive criticism can be good as long as it's fair and you. Do you do a lot of self-care? Like, just from grooming to like massages if you're into that, or going to the gym. That's a big one for me. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's pretty, regardless of what people say, appearances are important to a lot of people. Now, granted, I don't judge, but a lot of people find a lot of value in how they view themselves, and that does take a lot of roots in physical appearance. And if you could live forever, what would you want to do with all that time? Explore? Yeah, me too. I'd want to maybe check out space once that becomes more available, right? Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. If you're more into the sci-fi, some mechas maybe, that'd be pretty neat to see. Some spaceships, like battle spaceships, yeah. Pretty cool, huh? And, yeah. Do you have a bucket list? And if you do, what is your, like, the number one thing to do? Skydiving, yeah? Well, yeah, that'd be up there for me. I'm pretty scared of heights, generally speaking, so that's a pretty good one. Has a book you've ever read changed your life? Like, made you take on a different perception, or like made you just like rethink some stuff? Yeah. Yeah, a lot of the books have some like moral to the story, and pretty, yeah. You take a lot of things to heart. What is your most favorite quote? Oh, you don't have one? Not into public speakers or poets or anything like that? Yeah, that's fair. I'm not super interested in any of that stuff myself, so I get it. Here's a fun one. If you could choose one person, living, dead, or alive, to have dinner with, who would you pick and why? Elvis, yeah? Yeah, I mean, King of Rock and Roll, pretty good choice, right? Yeah, well, I wonder what that life would have felt like too. That would have been interesting to hear about, yeah. Alright. What is your biggest quirk, or like something about yourself that other people would say is like your quirk? Not an anime reference, like, you know what I mean. Okay. And something people point out a lot? Yeah. Huh. Interesting. Okay. If you could step into the body of somebody famous for like one day, who and why? Keep it PG, please. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think anybody famous would be, well, it might be interesting, but it might also be stressful because, like, I don't know. Well, I guess if you're in the day for one day, you could just be goofing around, or you could be like put into like if it's an actor, you're stuck on a set and you don't know what's going on. That'd be wacky. Yeah. Okay. Okay. You like music? Yeah. What is your go-to song? Like, what would you describe as your theme song? Like, if you were in like, if you were going to be like a wrestler, you had to walk on stage. What would be your song? Interesting. Yeah, I could see that. Right on. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's pretty cool. Now, here's a little bit of a modern topic. Do you believe social media has improved or made society worse? Hmm. Both? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, yeah, I can. Yeah, I agree with that. Cause like, it does a lot of good connecting people, but like, people can be mean on the internet. Yeah. I don't know. Hey, they're just on the internet. Can't let the mean things bother you. Just gotta absorb all the positives. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, and here's a fun one to end it on. What was the most recent spontaneous thing you did? You went on a month-long road trip. Man, that is a commitment. Congratulations on that one. Did you have a good time? Yeah. Where'd you go? Grand Canyon? Mm-hmm. Anywhere else cool? New York, you saw the Statue of Liberty? Yeah? Pretty sweet. You just stopped all along the way, all kinds of places, yeah. That's pretty cool. Do any camping? No, not any camping. Well, you should try it sometime. It's pretty fun. Mm-hmm. Well, I think that just about wraps it up here. Thank you for your time. And here is your celebratory head pat.